Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. Back there, that's the guy, Trevin. Over here is the other guy, his dad, and over there is the dad. Bob is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Fusion Firearms, and I cannot wait just to walk you through a family business. And let's talk family with none other than Bob. Let's go.
You can take this out whenever you're ready. I'm such a classic country kid. I'm here born again. Amen. Gotta get a little hand back out of that dance on the track. Praising God in advance. It's so phenomenal. Hey, nothing is better than a country boy. Thank your map was bad.
All right, Terrence, I appreciate you coming down. You know, I know I've been watching a lot of your videos, and I've talked to you on the phone and that. You know, you've given me even some great counsel, which is great. I mean, sometimes I need it, you know. Everybody needs some counsel once in a while.
True.
And it comes from the heart. That's what I love, brother, okay? And so, you know, we're going to show you our family business here and how we operate. And, you know, like I've told you, Fusion isn't just here. We're kind of global anymore. A lot of my friends from college make us parts and everything else, you know, so it's like, and now, you know, my children are working with their children.
That's so awesome.
And we grew up, you know, me and my friends, a lot of our buddies and stuff, you know, we grew up, you know, basically feeding each other and going to each other's houses, and, you know, my buddy Dennis going to my uncle's farm and everything else, you know, so it's like all that stuff. It's amazing when you know, most people can probably less than count on a hand people they know from college or high school that they still hang with.
So true.
You know, and we're really a tight-knit group here. And even most of the employees here, you'll see Big John back there and everything. His wife and the twin sister were bridesmaids in our wedding, me and my wife's wedding 38 years ago this year, okay? Which I'm proud of, because
38 years you've been married.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. And boy, I can tell people how to get through that. Anyway,
everybody needs counsel.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I got some experience in that realm. Okay, so I don't regret it. I love it. I'm glad I'm married to my wife, man. If it, like I've explained to you, and we'll talk later, that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her.
Yeah,
she had more strength than I did.
That's beautiful.
Boss.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and so yeah, she's the code enforcer. So so you know, she's doing a great job, and other people you'll see here, like Penny, who was in our wedding party. That's, you know, John's airborne for 23 years and a state cop for another 13 years, and he has 101 jumps. He was a weapons specialist. He's one of my lead gunsmiths, and I've been training him, and he's doing a wonderful job. You know, my son works here, my son-in-law works here, my daughter works here, my daughter-in-law.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, so it's like, you know, and so many other friends. You know, our inventory is John's daughter, and another good friend of ours that used to run the county range, and so we try to bring in people that have really similar thoughts, and we kind of look at the person's heart and, you know, their real passion for what they want to do, because that's what has gotten me here. Because if everybody, I don't care who you are in life, you're gonna have ups and downs, you know, and if the people around you don't support you to get through those downs, it's hard to make it. It really is. You know, so, and you know, it's like, and again, like I explained to you, I think God has certain people cross your path at certain times. Sometimes for good, sometimes for bad, but you know, the bad ones, hopefully you learn from it, okay? But the good ones you hang on to, and you know, again, they become like part of your family. I mean, you know, you have no problem sacrificing for yourself for others when you see their heart is pure, and they're trying to put it, you know, the right effort together. And that's also kind of the relationship we have with Ermox, okay? It's really, they're like brothers and sisters to us. We you know, we're not a typical company that imports, exports, where, you know, okay, this is our order, and
that's it.
and here's a container,
Right.
and we just hose it out or whatever. No, we support everything. We engineer everything. We design everything. We make an aftermarket parts here. We make all the prototypes here. We do all the testing here. We do all the next testing for the next generation of products, everything. And you know, like Tyler's, you know, he's an engineer. He works on the CAD systems and everything. He's working back and forth with them daily on CAD drawings and you know, all the step files and the CNC programming, and you know, because again, like we've explained, you know, one of the biggest faults we see with a lot of companies, even U.S. companies, is they let the bean counters run the actual business, okay, totally, and they don't understand true customer expectations. And again, you can't have some guy that's never shot, isn't in the 2A world, and he's trying to, like, he's going to manage this business.
Correct.
But he was, you know, whatever, working for Maytag, you know, selling or making washing machines last month, you know. And I mean, just because you're in business doesn't mean this business is good for you, you know. And that's why we try to find people that have, you know, that special passion in their heart to want to, like, not just show up, but like do the extra mile, do the extra thing, make things special. Yeah. And now when I go into a gun shop and I look around and it's like plastic this, plastic that, plastic this, plastic this, there's like, where's the craftsmanship and heart and soul that's, you know, that's the reason I used to buy a firearm. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not buying a firearm like I buy like a hammer. You know, I mean, a hammer is just a plain tool. Right. Okay, and I get it. Some people use a gun as just a plain tool. Correct. But most people, especially civilians, want a firearm that, like, kind of they can relate to. You know, ergonomically. Okay, and something that they're proud to own, you know?
Guys, I'm gonna show you something that Bob showed me earlier that his son actually has. And when I tell you, it is, Bob, I don't know, how long ago was it that you made that?
Oh my, I was 16 years old and I'm going on.
You don't have to tell him, you don't have to tell him.
62,
when you get a chance, I want you to see.
One that Charlton Heston held up, you know, like this, okay? But I'll be holding it up, all right?
Just as old, just as old.
Yeah, just as old, yeah. This is the first gun I ever built, okay? And I'm still proud of it to this day. And, you know, I built this in high school, all right? And I used to bring, I didn't just do this, I've done other rifles. I did a 6.5 Jap, I did a couple other rifles in high school. And I struck up a really good relationship with my shop teacher. So as I got in junior and senior year, you always got like a lot of extra credits. You don't need to go to classes. Most people go and sleep it away in some, extra, just class that means nothing to them or just a free period. I wanted to go into the shop and build guns. This is John's daughter. You'll be meeting John here pretty soon, okay? She's doing our inventory control and everything. Again, family unit here, you know?
You are awesome.
Yep.
You are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, she knows how to count better than anybody, so that's where we put her. Oh, there's John, right there. He's the big guy, okay? Yep.
John.
Yep.
How you doing?
Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Please.
Yep.
And John.
You won't buy me a Corvette.
No, I know. I bought new paint equipment today. It was way overpriced. I ain't getting a Christmas present, but he wants Corvette. So here you're going to see all this different inventories that we have. Okay, so one thing is, Fusion is a parts supplier to a lot of companies out there.
I'm seeing that, Bob.
Okay, so it's like here we have our LPA sites. So they make the largest platform of sights for standard guns that are out there. So so many people will buy a fixed sight gun. It doesn't shoot the way they want it. They can't see the sights. And if you can't see the sights, it's like if you can't see through a window of a car, you can't drive. So they make night sights. They make tritium, or not tritium, but superluminova. They make fiber optic, white dot, black target. All these different adjustable sights for almost every platform that's out there. Wow. But and then we stock obviously all the XP, XF parts. all the new development parts that we're doing with, you know, guys like you and other influencers, the slide stops, all those things.
Bob, and I'm gonna tell you the thing that like this brings this alive so much for me is my first introduction of you, and I mentioned this earlier, but my first introduction of you was searching YouTube for how to fix another firearm that I had, but I was having issues with it. Came across a video with you telling me what was wrong, and it was my first time of ever hearing anything. Is it extractor clocking? That's the title.
Yep.
Me learning extractor clocking was from you, and I can see how the knowledge base is so vast by what Fusion is able to offer. It's not just when a person buys Fusion, you're not just buying this particular firearm, you're buying years of knowledge and experience and craftsmanship. So I just want to make sure I point that part out, because this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been in the industry for 40 years, okay, basically. I've had an FFL since I was 21 years old. Back then, you can get it in an apartment. Even my first apartment, I had a machine shop kind of set up in there with grinders and everything. I was making muzzleloaders in there at night and working during the day. But it's like I had a retail store, so I come from that side. I've worked with distributors forever. I've, you know, on both sides of the coin. So, you know, I used to do a lot of general gunsmithing. I built a lot of rifles, safari rifles for guys that have gone to Africa. Shot the Big 5 with rifles I built, you know, all types of target handguns I built, you know, not just semi-autos, but revolvers with the Dan Wissons and silhouette shooting and that. So I got a real wide, when I was younger, a real wide view of all products. And we do a lot of maintenance on other people's guns. Like this week, I worked on a staccato. I worked on a pair of ordnance. I got a Colt in here to work on. You know, it's like, because people will have issues with their guns. They can't really figure it out themselves. And
We even work on staccatos.
Yeah. And a lot of places, you know, they don't have like a good gunsmith in that area in that, because like you say, it's kind of a dying trade. And I think that's why you see so much like just lick and stick type, chiclet type firearms, because that type of craftsmanship is
it's volume based.
Right.
They're just trying to get it out.
Right. And and they have a hard time finding those craftsmen that really do the revolvers anymore and things like that need the, you know, personal attention of tuning and, you know, crafting that gun properly, so to make it what it really should be. You know, and we also, you know, have a lot of the aftermarket style parts, barrels and things. We're making more barrels because I'm amazed, like the ported barrels on the XF. You know, that's one thing that kind of made me a believer. You know, it's like I'm not a big port guy, because it's not because I don't care for it. It's that
you're a classic guy.
Right. I cut my teeth on shooting bullseye.
Yeah.
We weren't even allowed to have ports. You couldn't have comps at that time and stuff like that. You know, it was like, that was taboo. You couldn't have it. So, you know, I kind of like stayed away from that type of stuff. And, you know, the first time was actually with
Tampa Gun Works with Pedro.
Yep. One, I'm not a big striker fire guy because, again, 1911s, okay?
Right.
So, but I'm trying, I'm learning, okay? And I'm trying to develop things even better in with those items. And the first time I shot that ported gun, I was like, wow. It just changes the whole dynamics of the pistol, of trigger control, recoil control, my sight, you know, regain on target, everything. And, you know, from that, we developed more of the, like, common ported barrels and stuff for people to drop in the guns. CNC area over here, we have all types of barrel blanks that we make 480 some SKUs of barrels, depending if somebody wants ramped. You know, 3 different types of, you know, standard ramp, and then Wilson Nolan Paraclark, bull barrel, non-bull barrel, threaded, non-threaded, you know.
And this is for not just 1911, or is this specifically on the 1911?
It's just 1911 and 2011 platforms.
Got it.
All those platforms we do. So, and we have a small core of CNCs. We run like mostly specialty parts here, aftermarket parts, barrels, sights, triggers, you know, all those type of things. Tyler's setting up for some different sight plates that we're doing here. He's going to be running those this afternoon. Slides, we produce slides on horizontal over here.
And that's good to even hear you say that, because I didn't mention it, but I asked Tyler and Trevin about that. On the XF, we have the plate that comes on the XF is so thick, and that was one of the questions I asked. Would we release a thinner plate to be able to just sit down lower? And he smiled and grinned, and he's like, so.
Yeah, we're working on one thinner plates. We're also looking at a bunch of like brand new options for the XF into next year. Okay, we do that so we're getting perspectives from all angles. Because if people just have, well, I've got a shooting team, all these guys are grade A shooters, what are you going to learn other than that? Correct. You're not going to learn like what the guy on the street is trying to do, or the guy that's on the farm just trying to like shoot a snake, or whatever. So we try to like really get a good mix of people in those, and it's amazing how those test teams, they become not just our family, they become family to one another.
That's true. There have been guys that I've connected with based on them running the Fusions, that we support each other, we converse with one another, and that holds 100% true to what you just said. It's not just you shooting an amazing piece on your own. No. You're now connected to other individuals that because of this thing, it has brought us together. And so that's beautiful. Well,
one of the events we were at this year was the Arm 5. Okay. Yep. We weren't sure about that. We're like, oh, I don't know what this is about really, and that. We said, well, we'll go. It was a phenomenal event. Yeah. And to be honest with you, one of the best.
I love it.
And you know why? Because it's original, it's authentic. Yep. And everybody treats you like family. Yep. We're all just having some drinks and enjoying each other's time.
Shout out to Carl, a regular gun guy. Arm 6 is coming.
In Florida this year.
Yes.
Oh, we'll be there. Yeah. Oh, we're definitely. I won't miss that. I got to get some better sneakers though, because all I got is these black sneakers. And I had sandals, and they're like, well, they have a sneaker ball. And I've never been very good at fashion, okay? I might be able to build a gun, but different horizontal. We do everything up to our 7-inch slides, which we're the only people on earth doing the 7-inch bar stock slides and that. We're retooling some of these processes right now. But yeah, we do manufacture quite a bit here. We also are bulk manufacturing. Again, we use a lot of our good suppliers, and most of them have been with me since college.
Years.
Yeah, years. I mean, like I said, their kids are working with my kids now. And it's just such a great relationship to build those things with the people and see our families. Like I said, when they come down to Florida to visit, they bring their grandchildren here, everything. And our kids play together, all this stuff.
And I do want to just make sure that we stamp that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Fusion Firearms, it is not just an amazing firearm company. Anytime you are building, and Bob, I know you've heard me say this, I hope you don't get tired of me saying it, but I truly do believe anytime you're participating in spending your hard-earned money into a company, like if you're a Glock fan, I used to be a Glock guy. At one point, you buying Glocks is just a Glock. Like I can't say that I'm connected to anybody in Glock. I love the wave of where we at in the gun community today, because you can shoot a Fusion firearm and you can then connect with the Fusion family that then connects you to not just the product, but individuals who are all genuine. And I trace all of that back to your hard-earned, first of all, the dedication to your marriage. Like, that is the grassroots of everything. And then from that, as a father, as a businessman, as an individual who studied under other greats that have come before you, like, Bob, what you have in Fusion is special, man. And I love it. This is amazing, sir.
I agree. Everybody works, everybody's hands-on, and you'll see me out here on my mill. I do most of the manual type machining out here with John and that, and the gunsmithing, tuning, special projects, special developments, all that stuff we work on with Tyler now. So back in this corner, this is my little area where I do barrel fitting, some of the barrel fitting, and I put top serrations on. I'm doing like, mounts for people. This morning I was running like top serrations like this. And again, people will be like, well, why don't you use a CNC? Well, when I got one or two of them to do, I'm not going to set up a CNC to do one or two. It's not worth it, you know. So I'll just come over here and beef it out on the old mill, and you know, it's you know, people are like, you don't need a CNC. I'm like, no, you don't need a CNC.
But Bob, that again, to me, that goes back to your love for being hands-on. Like you'll get in, there's an easier way that you can go in and make it happen, but where's the passion in that? Like for you'll crank it out, one or two of them, just because I want to feel that metal. I want to actually see it shaving and go off. Like I love that, man. We've
got customers that have, like, every birthday they buy another gun for me, and they want me to build it for them. And I've got guys that are like on their 9th to 13th gun, and they're like, I don't know what I want anymore, Bob. Just build me something special. and I'll be like, all right, well, come up with something.
That's awesome.
So, you know, we've got other people that have joined us that are helping us with more of the engraving, more of the artistic values of the firearms. We're even expanding that now.
I've seen some of the stuff that's coming out,
it's
man.
Beautiful.
And that goddamn Kenny, him and freaking Abnormal. Oh my, Luke, bro.
Yep. Oh, those guys are doing great.
The team is growing.
Yep. And we've got Thomas. He's doing a lot of engraving for us and really developing that. And you know, we have the equipment here. We always don't have the hands to do all that we want with all the other daily things we have to do. But now now we do, you know, and it's like, so now, you know, we keep building this team, and again, it's with people with core passion in their heart. Okay, so over here is like my little cubicle, my tools, but again, this is my work area, okay, and I'm comfortable here. And the craziest thing, okay, remember I told you about family?
Yes.
That is my grandfather's hammer.
Are you kidding me?
And I have other tools here from my grandfather that I still use every day.
Civil War hammer.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And I mean, when he passed away, I got his tools. You'll see there's a little green paint. All his tools he used to paint green and then polish the rest of the stuff off. And we used to build birdhouses together when I was little and all this stuff. And he was a good guy, a real good guy. He taught me a lot.
Family, ladies and gentlemen. You being a part of Fusion Firearms, you are a part of all of this legacy. That's wild. You know what? One of the biggest things he set in my heart is two things. One is he used to always tell me, boy, when I was younger, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. And that was one of my decisions, that I don't want to be 70 and saying, I wish, yeah. I'm going to do it. And that was one. And the other thing is question everything. And so if you notice, like some of our products and some of the things we do are maybe unorthodox from normal industry standards, but it's to give you a better product. Or even, and then we don't care if it's like an extra, you look at some of the guns, even the metal guns, and you'll take them apart and there's like plastic this and plastic that, and there's no technical reason for that. It's just to save $10 bucks. Corner,
and it's like, I don't want to save $10 bucks. I want to make a gun that you can pass down to your grandchildren and feel great about it. So that's kind of our passion here. And even if we're making one of them or we're making thousands of them, I still want that quality in there. I still want that bar stock. I still want the better finishes. I still want that artistic value in there that people don't really see anymore. Okay, so now we're going to go in to the laser area. Okay. And Thomas is in here. He's crafting a few new Damascus pieces and that. You can see what he's doing.
Thomas, pleasure to meet you, brother. These are the hands that create this handiwork.
Hands that are creating the signature for Fusion.
Oh, snap. Guys, you see this? I just want you to know, this is on some exclusive stuff right now. Now, you've never seen Thomas in action, ever. And right now, you're getting to witness something that is epic, guys. Zoom in on that thing one more time, Kitty. Look at this, girl. Look at this. This is sexy. This is sexy. Yeah. Dog it, Bob. This is.
No, wait a minute. We got to show you the most important machine in the whole shop.
The
hot dog roller. Okay?
I call it Glisten
Yeah.
Fridays. Says it Friday.
So if you were here Friday, you get brats and hot dogs and relishes.
So when I come back on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Yep. This is what keeps everybody here.
Oh man.
This is the glue.
Brother, amazing. Amazing work, man. This.
Next level.
You the man. You the man, bro. I'm just saying this right here is special delivery.
Hey, Terrence,
Yes, sir.
too, before you leave, you got to take a dog with you, okay? So
Yeah, we got more.
we got a couple extra ones here today. All right, well, today we had Mr. Terrence Gamage down here, you know, and I tell you, it was really nice to meet him again. I've seen him at a couple of the shows, and we've got actually some pictures hugging each other, all types of stuff, you know.
That's my brother. That's my brother. That's my brother right there. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's the one that photoshopped the pole dancers behind us and stuff. Okay, but that really we weren't there. Okay, but anyway, you know, he's been just a blessing coming down and helping us test some of our products, and you know, it's again, it's a part of our family. You know, a lot of the gun tubers and that they've just become part of our test teams and everything else that. You know, and again, it's not just to tell us all good, it's to tell us, man, if we got to improve something. And, you know, we're here to listen to that, and, you know, we're here to work with them to make it better. That's what we're here for.
He wasn't in your office either.
No.
He didn't go in there.
What?
That was me. I went in. He didn't touch nothing.
He didn't take my scotch, did he?
No, he didn't touch
Okay. I'm going to go check my bottles now.
But also
I got a line drawn on the back of them, buddy, okay?
And also pay attention, the Digi Chips will be coming. I know everybody keeps asking for them. I'm sorry that they sell out immediately. They don't last, but we will have a lot more. We're ramping up production on the Digi Chips and they will be coming.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.